Hello my friends, and welcome to another fun tutorial. So today we're going to be doing a cute little dolphin on a Santorini rock. And I'm going to be starting off with a posca pen. This is pastel green, and I've just dabbed the pen on my butcher paper to just get a little bit of the ink out, and then watered it down. And I'm using a big round watercolor brush, and I'm just dabbing it all around the rock because I want it to look like watercolor. I kind of want it to have a water effect, but not solid. So these are all the pens that I'm going to be using today, and I'm going to make a rainbow. So I'm using mostly 3M size, but there's a couple in there that I'm using that are 5M, and it's only because I don't have the 3M in that size yet. So I was kind of using what I had, but I wanted to do a rainbow in the back, and I'm just freehanding it. I didn't sketch it first, but I'm just doing your typical red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So that's pretty much all there is to that. The background is really fun, and y'all should try it if you're really into watercolor. I like using that as my watercolor, I guess you could say, because I can put stuff on the top of it without having to put a sealer. So if I use ink tints, which I do a lot, I put a spray sealer on afterwards, and then I put whatever else I'm going to draw on it. So the next thing, I got done with the rainbow, and now I'm going to be drawing in some waves. So I did sketch that in because there was a particular design that I wanted. And I am using a picture on Pinterest as an inspiration. That's what I am following for some of the picture. So I'm taking a posca, I think this is a 3M. Yeah, it's a 3M in glitter blue, and I'm lining the outside so that it appears a little darker, and then I used the blue, the light blue, on the actual waves. So I'm just lining this one out. And I'm gonna kind of go back and forth between a couple of different glitter markers. I really love the glitter pens, but they definitely have their place. You have to be a little more careful with those because you can rub off the glitter. I'm lefty. Hi, I'm a lefty. And I tend to hand rub a lot of writing or spots that I paint, and it's a constant thing. I drag with the heel of my hand, and it drives me nuts. So that's how I figured that little thing out. So now I'm just pretty much having fun and just putting in lines. I'm just kind of following the pattern of the waves. It doesn't have to be exact. And at first when I was doing this, I kind of got lost in it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is gonna look awful. But then it all came together in the end. When I finished, I pulled it up and looked at it, and I was like, huh, okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go with it. So there's some lines that I'm thickening up a little bit, and that's just to give it some dimension. You don't have to do that, and you don't have to put the lines in. You can just do the plain old waves if you want to. So once that's done, I'm going to take the little bit lighter blue that's glitter also, and I'm just going to make little lines in between where there's a little bit of space. And I'm just kind of filling it in, adding some color. Pretty much just going crazy. I tend to go overboard, so yeah, you do what you feel comfortable with. I never know when to stop. So but it was fun and relaxing, believe it or not. And so I'm glad that I did it, and I plan on doing this style a lot more. So now I'm adding in a palm tree, and I just kind of wanted it in the background. Just I didn't want to cover up the waves necessarily, so that's why I didn't put it in first, but I kind of wanted it in the background. So I'm just drawing in kind of like a beachy heel, and I used a tolli art pen for that. And I'm gonna go back later and add some glitter, of course. So I put 2 little coconuts up there, and I sketched a palm tree, and I was just letting stuff dry on that side, and now I'm sketching in with a chalk pencil my dolphin. Those tolli art pens take a little while to dry, and so that's why that's one reason I'm not real crazy about using them all the time, but they have certain colors that I like, and so I just went on and colored other things and waited for it to dry. So I also sketched in some little hearts that I want to add, and now I'm putting another coat. It's kind of a tannish color, but it kind of has the appearance of sand, but I'm going to add glitter on it anyways. So now I'm using a tolli art in gray. It's the gray, not the silver. And I should have chalk painted in first, but I didn't. I just went ahead and went for it, so I ended up having to put a couple of different coats of gray. And I know I always say use chalk paint, and here I've done 2 tutorials in a row and haven't used chalk paint. But you get going in the groove and you're painting along and you just don't even think about it. So I'm just filling him all in, just with one color, and then I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'll do a second coat. And I think I actually ended up doing 3 coats all together. And I messed up on the little fin right there, so that's what I'm trying to redraw in and fix. Now I'm drawing in the palm tree, and I'm using a brown posca. And then I'm gonna take I think that's just the green, and draw in the palm fronds. Yes, that's just green. And then I'm gonna take, okay, so I took the tolli art and I drained the ink a little bit, and I'm using a brush, and I'm kind of just dabbing on little places on the tree just to give it some texture like an actual palm tree has. And now I'm taking the tolli art in the light green, and I'm going to add in the little fronds. And I'm going to end up doing multiple things. This is just the first round that I'm doing with the fronds, and then I'll go back and add different colors, just to create some interest. I really had fun with this rock. I hope y'all give it a try, because it's really fun and it's cute. It's just it's relaxing and fun to give it a try. Now I'm taking my green posca again and just kind of going over it a little bit, pulling some of those fronds into the light green, and just see how it's starting to really come to life. Now I'm taking a little bit of yellow and I'm blending it at the ends and a little bit up the stalk. And it's starting to come together. See, even a palm tree can be exciting to paint. Now I'm painting in the hearts, and my hand is not steady, so you're gonna see I make a little couple of errors and I gotta go back and fix them. Oh, I smudged that one with my hand. Beware of the lefty hand. Sorry, my head popped into the camera there. Now I'm using a wet Q-tip because I had sprayed, at one point I did spray, and I'm trying to think of, I think I sprayed it after the dolphin, after the one color. I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that. So I'm putting Champagne Extreme Glitter on the sand now, and I will put 2 coats. And I'm taking a Tolli Art fine liner in a 03, and I'm lining the hearts, and a couple of them I do a little doodle on it just for fun. Now I'm gonna line the dolphin out, and you're gonna see I'm gonna make a couple of mistakes lining. I don't have a steady hand at all. I was a hairstylist for 20 years, and my hands are just, they are not steady anymore. So that one, I put the line through the fin, so I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. And then I did the mouth and the eye, and I wasn't happy with it, so off camera I covered it back up a little bit. And now I'm going over with a Posca white. I watered it down like I did the background, and I'm just using a blending brush, and I'm making the little highlight on the body of the dolphin. And I'm using very, very little on the brush. You start out with very little and dab it on, and then I ended up getting a little bit of gray, and I went back and blended. So you just kind of go back and forth until you get it where you like it. So now I've made the color a little bit darker gray, and I put in a little shadow for the body and the disconnect from the fin to the body. And now I'm adding a little bit of dark on the fins, or the tail fins. I guess that's tail fin. I don't know. I don't know my dolphin anatomy. Now I'm off camera. I'm sorry about that, guys. So I was just adding a little bit more white. And now I'm going back with some gray, and I'm gonna blend back and forth till I get it where I like it. And there I'm going over that mouth and eye again with the gray, just so it covers it up. And we're getting close to being done, guys. So now I drew in the mouth again and the eye, and I like that much better. And I'm gonna put a little dot in the eye, and I end up smudging that off because I decided to put glitter on the white highlight, so I'll have to redo the eye. And I used a Posca the second time, and it works better. So I put it in the middle, and then I took the dry brush and just got it off the parts that I didn't want. And then I did the Posca eye again, and I'm going over the outline a little bit just so that that line shows up, because the glitter covered it up just a bit. And there is a glare on it the way it's laying, but when I hold it up, you'll see kind of how it looks. There you go. You have a little bit of shine there. That's so cute. So now I'm going to take some Duraclear. Thanks to Rachel Rocks Canada for this little tip on the shell nail powder and the Duraclear. Check her out on YouTube. She has awesome rocks. She's the one that helped me out when I got started, and she's given me tons of tips. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope y'all have a great day. Thank